This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Hit the like button. Let's go. Lord, take the whole wheel and nothing but the wheel. Why are we looking at Remy Ma, Papoose, Clarissa, and that's what they called him, Timu Papoose. I'm just saying. Y'all, your girl gonna get it together and just give me a god daggone picking minute. Because what would we do? Like, why was they on my screen? Like, why am I so small? Like, what is going on? Let me tell you something. Y'all don't try me. Oh, y'all could try me. And I'm gonna, I don't know if they know yet. I'm resilient. But maybe. I don't know. I don't know why they got me this small down here on this screen. The sister had to switch. Sister, what's up, FFS? I'm watching you from my Macintosh. I'm on my Macintosh too. It wasn't my Macintosh. It was the other sister. It wasn't my Macintosh. Stop it, FFS. All right. So as you all factualize, hey fam, what's going on? I'm going to be okay as soon as I can figure out why the heck I am so small. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with me every time. Where they come from? Like, is this a cover? Is this? Hold on. I think I could just let me just. Do y'all hear me double? I think y'all hear me. So yeah, I don't know if this is a cover. I don't know where this came from. It probably was from my show I did the other day, and I put it up. So just give me one moment to take these people off the screens here. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. Here I go. I heard y'all was looking for me. Here I go. So sorry. Thank you guys for being patient with me and my struggle. Come on now. We don't want you over here like that yet, ma'am. Don't do that. Don't you do that one there, okay? Um, So, like I said, today's story is about, it's a serious one. I'm going to put on my serious face here. Today's story is about Wanda Jean for the sake of the video. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to go through it really, really quick. We're going to be talking about Wanda Jean. She was a mentally ill woman. She was executed. And after, so much, they did so much testing on her, yet they decided to go on ahead and execute her anyway. She had something the same thing. Her brain worked like the NFL football play. I'm gonna be covering that too, because that one was a mess. And I love that one. I done brought the brother book. I read it. I done watched it. The Aaron Hernandez story. I think he was failed by a lot of people. That's just my thoughts, and I'm sticking to it. He was felled by so many people that were blinded by his money, and most of all, I like his mother. Let me get back on task because we don't have much time here. So, in the heart of Oklahoma City, a woman's name became the faces of national debate on justice, redemption, and the irreversible weight of the death penalty. This is the story of Wanda Jean Allen, a tale that forces us to confront the complexities of capital punishment and the humanity within the headlines. Wanda Jean Allen was no stranger to hardship, born in 1959, the youngest of 8 children. 8. Wanda grew up in a world of poverty and adversity. Diagnosed with intellectual disabilities at a young age, her life trajectory was far from ordinary, but it was one tragic event that would forever seal her life. So Wanda's case is unique not just because of the crime, but because of the systemic failures at every stage of her life. From inadequate mental health support to a justice system that overlooked her intellectual disabilities. Wanda's story is a glaring example of why the death penalty remains so controversial. In 1988, Wanda Jean was convicted of first degree murder for the death of her partner, Gloria Leathers. And I probably said red. I said on the live in red rum YouTube. Stop. Red rum. Red rum. I understand how you can play it, but you can't say it. But anywho, she was red rummed. All right. By Gloria Leathers. She is Gloria Leathers is the young lady. I don't think this. I don't think this got a thumbnail on it. If it did, I don't know what kind of thumbnail it got on it. I was trying to just get back to the show because time is of the essence. But she is on the thumbnail. So and she's the young lady, the beautiful young lady that is in the middle. That is Wanda Jean on either side of her. And so they were living together. They were girlfriends. So she let's see. So Wanda's story is a glaring example of why the death penalty remains so controversial. So the prosecution argued it was premeditated, but her defense highlighted the volatile relationship and Wanda's limited cognitive abilities. So, despite these arguments, Wanda was sentenced to be unalived. In an interview clip, a family member of Miss Leathers said the Leathers family mourned the loss of their loved one. They lost someone that they deeply loved. But did Wanda Jean deserve to be unalived for it? So the first African American woman in the United States since 1954. 1954. Her death reignited conversation about race, mental health, and the death penalty's place in modern society. So the anti-death penalty activist, one of them, in an interview clip, he stated that Wanda Jean's execution was a moral failing. It highlighted the inequities in how justice is served and who pays the ultimate price. So there were two detectives that took on this case. Detective Raymond Harris and Detective Angela Brooks. They played a pivotal role in investigating Wanda Jean's case. Detective Harris, a veteran of over 25 years, was known for his no-nonsense approach, but he harbored a deep sense of justice that often led him to question the system that he served. So Detective Brooks, newer to the force, brought a compassionate perspective and was determined to understand the human stories behind the crime she investigated. So Detective Harris, in an interview, said that Wanda wasn't just another case to them. She was a person, flawed like anyone else, and caught in circumstances most of us could never imagine. Detective Brooks, in an interview, also said that I saw Wanda not just as a suspect, but as someone who had been failed by so many institutions. Working with her was eye-opening. It challenged what I thought I knew about justice. So together, Harris and Brooks formed a unique partnership Their differing approaches complement one another, creating a balance between skepticism and empathy. This connection extended to their relationship with Wanda Jean. They treated her with dignity and sought to uncover not just the facts, but the context surrounding her actions. So Wanda Jean's story is more than just a headline. It's a call to examine our justice system and its treatment, factual lie, FF. Okay, y'all all here, Cat Williams. Oh my God, look, y'all back. Bear with me, sister. I tried to move as quick as I can. Okay, so good thing I did my homework. I did a little homework. Okay, so what up, Flesh of the God? You just made it home. Glad you're safe, brother. Thank you for tapping back in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So in the description, it's going to be in the description. I shared three different organizations that help people, the Innocence Project, plus two others. You guys can go ahead and take a look at those, or if you know someone that is, in jail unjustly, please, don't hesitate to pass that information along to their families, because we all just witnessed, one of the biggest and longest injustices of a trial, that we all know as the YSL trial, and now we're on part 2 of that. But things aren't looking too good for that. But I digress. I'll save that. We got Cat Not Williams still doing some commentary, some content on that, and Flesh of the Gods does a great job of covering those that case going backwards. We are seeing things that we didn't see. I put a video. There is a video that's it's on the video on my video feed that I found a little something of Max Sharp. So, Flesh, I don't know if you're going to be showing it today, but it really just caught my eye. And I was like, how did I miss that? It was during closing arguments. How did I miss that? Max was out for war, y'all. So, all right. So let's get back to the story at hand. This is something I'm working on, y'all. So, okay. So, but I did want to tell you about those three organizations. There's 3 organizations that will be in the description box. So we need to so today what we're going to ask you to take action. We need to learn how we can support organizations advocating for criminal justice reform, which is the Innocence Project is one of them. One of the 3 I'll be putting in the description. Sign petitions, contact your legislators, and most importantly, educate ourselves and others. I'm including me in that. So I've, been getting a lot of education out of, from a lot of different trials that's going on. My mind is consumed with true crime and interrogations. And my daughter bought me a game for Christmas. It's a true crime game. I said, Lord, see, it's bad when your children know, but I'm glad she's paying attention. Together, we can create a system that values fairness over finality. Now, so we know the world is, we don't know what to expect of 2025. As I stated on Sustained platform yesterday, Sustained Overrules platform, I'm not making any New Year's resolutions, but one. But I did add another one. So there's some people in here that was over there yesterday. I did add another one. So the second thing that I'm going to add to my New Year's resolutions is I'm only going to support people that support me. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that horn? It's my soundboard working. 2025. I'm just supporting people that support Survivor Speaks, and that's it. I was looking through YouTube, and I support people that won't even click my link. I got Cat, not Williams in the link. Flesh of the Gods not in the link. Why should I give you any membership? You won't even watch it on the replay. But I'm supposed to be. I've been supporting you for some time now. I'm unsupporting. It's my business. I get a chance. I get a right to support who I want to support. And so that is one of my New Year's resolutions, along with how to grow my platform. But if I keep using that other platform, it may be over for me. Like so I'm gonna just make a decision. I'm gonna make an educated decision about what it is that I want to do and where it is I'm gonna go. Because right now, this is not working. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up. I'm going to put on music, like I said. Hopefully that. No, I don't want to do a whole screen. Y'all trying to be funny. I don't want to do that. That is not what I want to do either. Hold on, y'all. I just want to make sure that I am on the right screen before I share it. Oh, y'all can't see it anyway till I share it. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure. Am I? See that, y'all? It would have been crazy. I would have brought in the wrong thing. Y'all out here, somebody done get to 5 memberships. Now, I know you. Everybody that's in here right now support me. I'm teary-eyed. We got I don't know who dropped that because why is oh I know why. Sorry. Let me just get this up first and then I'll go in and take a look at that. So we're going to make sure that we are sharing but I'm going to take this off of the screen. Thank you so much because I got to stop the show really, really quick just to say thank you to whoever gifted. Oh, yeah, we know that that's not working. We know. I'm not even there no more. I have to thank whoever that is that gifted. It is you don't have to, but you decided to. So that is actually what's that flesh. So I want to before I say to flesh, I do want to make sure that I recognize the AOBD did bless us with one membership over here, and so this is for AOBD. Oh, right now we got Flesh of the Gods. We got Flesh of the MNF and Gods. If you got a membership from Flesh of the Gods, Jusst Valencia, please say thank you to Flesh of the Gods. Why is and now hold on now. Oh. Y'all gotta realize I'm thinking I'm on the other I'm on the other I'm on the other one. I'm like, well, why can't I hit it from here? Duh. I promise y'all I graduated from college magna cum laude. I swear I did. Even after cancer. I swear I did. It don't mean nothing though, right? So Flesh of the Gods over here gifting 5 memberships, growing the family like that. I just gotta make sure that I shout my boy out. Flesh of the God has his own. Not only does he have his own emoji, I need y'all to drop some Flesh of the God emojis in the chat. If you are a member, he is the red, black, and green goat that is in the comments below. Please drop that. Drop some red hearts, black hearts, green hearts. Also for Flesh of the Gods for dropping 5 memberships, and then also Flesh of the Gods has his own emoji, and he has his own his own sound effects. Hold on, let me see if y'all can hear this now. Let me see. I'm sorry, that's for the mods. That is not Fleshes. That is for the mods. That is that's for the mods. And I promise you, Flesh. Hold on a minute. That is Flesh of the Gods sound effect. If you're not following Flesh of the Gods mods or Flesh of the Gods, drop your own link in the chat. You will see why I have the sound button here for Flesh of the Gods. Humans weren't meant to perceive things like this. So if you go on over there and subscribe to Flesh of the God, you'll know and see exactly what I am talking about. What's up, Just Valencia? You are in the house and you were gifted a membership by Flesh of the God. You get to take advantage of the emojis in the chat. If you could just please drop some Flesh of the God's emojis in the chat, please tell Flesh of the Gods. Thank you. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Didn't he? Hold on, y'all gotta get over here. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Just Valencia, you've been over here a while. I think you might have had a little battle with Nightbot. You see, he not Fightbot. He's not in the channel. I think if it's either you or somebody else that had the emoji and Nightbot, he's a piece of work. So we had to he's on timeout until he's needed. All right, we got Daniel Colby receiving a membership by Flesh of the Gods. You get to take advantage of the unique emojis. Please drop some Flesh of the Gods emojis in the chat with some red, green, black hearts. Yeah, thank him by name. Flesh of the God. Just put FOG. He answers to FOGZ. He answers. Well, if you're on a computer, you could just start typing and he comes up. But other than that, he answers to FOGZ. I'll be jacking up his acronyms, but nothing disrespectful. So then we also got a membership from Flesh of the Gods. God blesses 23. Go on over there and drop some emojis down in the chat for Flesh of the Gods and thank him for making green up in the family. Welcome to the family. We got Lily J over here receiving a membership from Flesh of the Gods. Please say thank you to Flesh of the Gods. Drop his emoji down in the chat with a red, green, and black heart because he is out here growing our Survivor Nation. And we got so after that we got good as 10 as not the curse word YouTube, it's AS, okay? Because you like to just so you received the membership from Flesh of the Gods. He is the goat, and his emoji is actually a goat. You dropped some of those in there as well. I think you received that from Flesh of the Gods. Drop his emoji and some red, green, and black hearts down in the chat. You can drop a white one in there as well. We thank him kindly for growing the family over here. And so now we need to get right on to it. It was Flesh. Yeah. Oh, so you can't hear the sound bite? Yeah. It just may be because it's on a different it may be because it's I'm on a different system, so I'm not sure, what's going on with it, and I'm not willing to look at it today. I kind of keep the show going because y'all been here. It's been eventful, as usual. So I think you know why, because let me see some. Could you hear that? I just want to know, could you hear that? Because if so, I just figured out what happens. But anyway, let me get to why we're here. Because there's a lot of people in the chat that is interested in this topic here. Hold on, y'all. Now, girl, did you forget how to work this one? I'll tell you. If not me, then who? So yeah, we're gonna watch Wanda Jean. I need to put on some music in the background. I just want to make sure that if they say something about it, they say something. I think the topic is important, so we're gonna go ahead and no, okay, that's all right then. So then I won't be using that anymore. It's just up here. As a matter of fact, let me X out of it. So we're going to talk about Wanda Jean. I think it's a oh wow, it is a topic can you guys still hear me? Put a 1 in the chat, please. It's a topic that quite a few people are interested in. I believe, and so yeah, we're going to take a look at that. And so we're going to I'm going to pause it from time to time just to move it along, because I don't want to play the whole thing, but most of it I am going to play. Let me just find a little music to put in the background. So turn it down. Yeah, you guys let me know if the music is loud. Okay. If you don't mind, thank you so much for being patient.
The warrant for shooting with intent to kill, the charge will be amended by the district attorney tomorrow.
It's not going to stay looking like this, guys.
Due to Gloria's death. Lexington. Why don't you just take a couple minutes to compose yourself?
I thought she was alright. When the officer told me that Gloria had just died, I died right then with her.
All right, so you guys can kind of look and see that she does have a disability, not just because she's talking with a southern drawl, but I could tell, like, something is not normal, about what is going on with her. I think I wanted to skip past. Let's go. Let me see. Hold on. Not here.
Come on. Wanda Jean Allen will be charged with first-degree murder when she's taken to the county jail later tonight. Allen allegedly shot her roommate, Gloria Leathers, in the stomach in front of the village police department after a property dispute at their home. Gloria had apparently come to the police station for help.
Do you remember the thoughts that were going through your head during that day?
It's out of your control, and it's no word a person that's in that position probably can describe it in the words that need to be used in that term. Yeah. I don't have that vocabulary as that medical person would have. Right. But I can say I was there physically, but mentally, I wasn't there.
Put your arm around Wanda's ear. Oh God, touch my house, touch the collar. Oh God, touch all my children. Oh God, go in the hospital, sanitary, nursing home, jailhouse, penitentiary. In your name for sure. Amen.
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 Thank you. You look great. We'll fix you up.
I did myself.
You did that?
I'm glad. Brenda called me. She said she praying for you to overturn this.
Oh, for the Lord to overturn this death?
Yeah.
Well,
I am too.
I know you. And you know He's going to do it for us as long as we keep trusting.
I know the Lord, and I know He'll overturn this.
He's going to take care of us, and
He sure
and that's what we're trusting in right now. We don't care what nobody say about us. What they say about us ain't going to hurt us. Because our faith is, we trust in what He say He's going to do for us, don't we? We praying and believing and expecting and standing on, aren't we?
And so I just want to say right there that hey, to Denitra, thank you for being here. Thank you, Tat Clouds, for showing up, for being here as well. So I want to say there that, in that clip right there, you can tell that her mother raised her and she listened to her mother as she was being raised. It was very interesting to me how she was giving her mother encouragement, even though she's the one that's behind the wall, and that her mother is on the side of freedom. Another thing that I wanted to say about that scene as well, her mother was attentively listening to the prayer that she was, speaking to her, as she's speaking life into her mother. And this is why, when I say that you'll have a conversation with her and it doesn't appear that anything is wrong with her if you're having a conversation with her, or even if she's speaking, but she does have a mental illness. Thank you so much, Tat, for showing up. Let's go. Hold on, I wanted to get past that part. All that music.
Purse. And then she leaned over. Something said, clink. She grabbed her side. She said, Mama Jean shot me. I said, oh, girl, stop playing. Jean ain't shot you. She said, she did, Mama. She shot me for real. So I looked at Jean. And Jean just turned real calm and just walked back to her car like she hadn't did anything. And I'm started looking at Jean, and I'm looking. I said, she did what, girl? She said, Jean shot me. So she moved her hand. When she moved her hand, it was a little bitty pinhole. A little bitty spot right there. And I looked, I said, Jean shot you for real? When they raised her up and turned over, I looked down and all of her intestines and stuff was just hanging out the back. When we went to the hospital, and I stayed up to the hospital until the time she died.
I just muted the video because of the music. And that is I definitely should have put this past here. Okay, so this is where I wanted to. I didn't. All right. What in the whole entire? Hold on, y'all. What did I do? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I moved this up so y'all can see past that. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get this video back where. Hold on one second. I didn't mean to put her up, her up there. So let me get past that. Photo trigger warning. I forgot to even, because I decided to cover this a different way than I was before. I didn't even. All right.
She's borderline mentally retarded. She's got neuropsychological problems that make her react to crisis situations very differently from the rest of us. When she was age 15 and in a juvenile institution, she was tested, and they discovered then that she had the borderline mental retardation, severe cognitive dysfunction, and the doctor at that time wrote a report recommending further testing and treatment. His recommendations were ignored by the state. But in 1975, if state officials had followed up on Dr. Clemency's recommendations, it's possible that nobody would have ever lost their life.
The problem with you, if I could be so frank,
Okay.
is in casual conversation, and just shooting the breeze with you.
Okay.
You appear just 100% totally normal. And you know what I mean, I'm not dissing you. Normal people don't do what you've done. Right? Now, I've expressed my views to you, very candidly, and that's the damage, that occurred to your frontal lobe. And that's just because we know so much about it in science, and a person's, inability to refrain from certain behaviors in certain, contexts. Now, how do we communicate that to the general public? Because they're going to think you're just a scammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you sound so damn good.
Yeah.
We are going to.
So David Presson really took this to heart. He took this seriously. Also, the young man on the screen as well. He had a hard time with this, and he fought to the bitter end. You know, sometimes when you're on the other side, you're feeling like, oh, she's putting so much trust in these people, and you don't believe. So her brother is a minister. I guess I'll show that part where he tried to, well, it would have been issues if they would have, you know, listened to him, because he thought that he can do what they were doing better. So if the Lord gave you a robe to get up there on Sunday, or a suit, or to wear suits on, that's what you do. But when you have real investigators, we're not talking about the investigators from Wise Out, real investigators that know what they're doing from way back then, you let them do their job. You just have to, you know, sit this one out. They got your sister in more ways than one. I mean, it's admirable to see people advocate for this young lady so hard.
Appeared for a clemency proceeding on December 15th, almost a month in advance of the scheduled execution date. And we'll ask the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board to recommend to Governor Frank Keating that he commute the death sentence to life imprisonment without parole. The Clemency Board in Oklahoma in the modern time, since 1976, has never ever recommended clemency. And you know, we're hoping this will be the first.
We'll see. I don't want to get your hopes up.
You're not gonna get my hopes up. Clemency Board has never granted clemency to anyone. This is one case we want them to grant clemency on. We have to have that hope and that faith and believe there's nothing impossible.
You bet.
Nothing impossible.
Right. I don't want you to think I'm losing hope when we're talking about this, but it would, you know, like we've talked so many times before.
I know in reality, but I feel there's nothing impossible.
It is so clear to us that Jean did not receive effective assistance of counsel because Jean's jury never saw the psychological report, never got to hear about the report. In fact, her lawyer tried to paint a picture of Jean as an ordinary, normal human being. And that's the last thing in the world that a death penalty jury really wants to hear. They want to hear a reason for the crime. And borderline mental retardation, neuropsychological problems, horrendous social histories are the things that save lives.
My sister Sam was telling me about it here recently. I thought she was just locked up.
Can't nobody tell it like I can. We didn't go nowhere. We stayed right there. We had what we wanted to play with right there in the yard. And the toys we didn't have, we made us some toys. Swinging trees, underground tunnels, playing basketball, push tires up and down the road, put dirt in them, play stick horses. We did all that. She done been through some stuff too. We were going to the grocery store down on 6 and Gary when she was small. And we were running across the street, and I thought she was behind me, and she walked across the street, and a big old, a pop truck hit her, and knocked her way up in the air, and she come down on her head. Ever since she had that accident, something wrong with her head a little bit, and she get upset. Seemed like everything just shut down in it.
We do feel bad for the other family, but we can't turn time back. We can't change things, you know. The only thing we can do is, you know, hope for the best.
If you see, that's Wanda Jean's brother there. He has so much to say. I'm not going to watch everyone, but I'm going to go ahead and bring on the son, the brother and daughter of Miss Leathers. You know, they do. He lost his sister. She lost her mom. So, you know, they have a right to speak about how they feel.
You know, so you had to know Jean to understand Jean.
I did hate her, and you know, for years, but I guess I forgot about it and got over it. It's been years. I then moved on. I did too many things, so I can't say that I still hate her. I just hate what she did. She took my mother's life. That's what I hate.
And the state they're trying to put the blame, they're pointing the finger over here, saying, you know, this is what the family really wants. And in all actuality, the total family don't really want that. The family want the state to say she's gonna keep her ass in jail. The state ain't taking responsibility. The state ain't saying that.
Some people say eye for eye or tooth for a tooth. I don't believe that. Just because you hit me, I don't have to hit you. I can be a bigger person. I just don't think that we have to live that way.
Message. And so, you know, that is Miss Leather's mother, that is Miss Leather's daughter, and that is Miss Leather's brother. By the end, after she gets executed, the brother definitely feels a different way about Wanda Jean because of the things she did at the execution. When you hear grab life by the horns, I think, you know, one of the people that I think about is Wanda Jean. It is, you know, what it is. She is who she is. But the brother did explain what I did want him to explain was that truck accident that happened, that she got hit with a truck and threw up in the air and fell down on her head. Could be he said she was very young at the time, so it could be the reason why she has, you know, the issues that she has, the mental issues that she has, because she damaged the what is it called, the cerebral cortex maybe. But Aaron Hernandez, the NFL player, he had something similar from playing football all those years with his brain. His brain was like what 80-year-old when they 85-year-old when they finally looked at it. Right now I'm not remembering. I can definitely see bias in my head, you know, talking about it, but I can't I'm not right now because I don't have the exact name of what Aaron Hernandez was diagnosed with after they looked at his brain, once they donated it to look at it. That accident caused some of the same things when it comes to her, but she speaks very intelligently nonetheless, and she's very encouraging.
Enjoy. I will, Griffin. Okay.
I want to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
And they might be the questions that the board will ask as well. One is they will have just heard about the terrible crime that you committed, and they will have heard about it in great detail.
Both.
And they will be, pardon?
Both of them.
Both crimes, both shootings. Now what I expect they may ask you is, what happened that day when you shot Gloria?
That day was emotional time. Her and I had got into an argument at the house, and she struck me in the face with a hand rake. And I was going to file a complaint, and I never made it because she attacked me again that day.
You know, you and I have talked about this already. It's very important that you not make any excuses.
No, I'm not.
I would not talk about the hand rake because there's a difference of opinion about it.
Right.
And it's just, it becomes who believes who about what really happened.
Right.
I just would encourage you not to put any blame on anybody else.
I take full responsibility for my actions.
Exactly.
And keep it short and sweet.
See, I just need to know that, because I don't know what you're asking when you say what I remember about that day. I need to express how I was feeling and take responsibility.
Good.
Under Oklahoma law, you can form the intent to kill in a mere instant. So it doesn't require, in order to have premeditation, it doesn't have to be something that you thought about it yesterday or the day before or, you know, even an hour earlier. If at the time you committed the crime, you intended to do it, then under Oklahoma law, it's premeditated. So yes, I think there was clearly premeditation on her part. Wanda Jean was just a very domineering person. Their relationship was very turbulent over the years. Police had been called out numerous times, and, you know, there was really no doubt from the testimony at trial that Miss Allen was the dominant person in it.
I did it again. So yeah, I was gonna say something here. I just don't like when I don't like when, and I understand her family knows she's wrong. Everybody that's advocating for her knows that she's wrong. They were not fighting to not charge her in, with life. They were fighting for her not to be executed. And so yeah, Chloe Alberts I have on the screen, it was CTE is what Aaron Hernandez was diagnosed with. And so when people are mentally ill, their brains are not wired the way ours are. They may not see anything wrong with thinking about unaliving another person. And so they're going to get ready to, this woman is going to show this point, and I'm going to show it because it goes to the thinking of Wanda Jean. But whenever she comes back on, I don't know how much of her I'm going to show. Because that's not what's important to me. What's important to me that it's capital punishment needs to be rethought. And I know they take a long time before they actually sentence someone to capital punishment, but sometimes when they have their eyes set on something, they just have their eyes set on it. On my community wall, they did unalive a young man. They had no evidence, at the scene of the crime that he allegedly committed. And we just got to start doing better. And that's just my thing. We need to, mental health is not taken serious enough. And that's the survivor speaks. That is my thought, and that is my opinion.
And then a second card shows a gorilla on the front. It says, patients may ask, I'm going to kill something. And when you read the back, Wanda has written to Gloria, try and leave. You'll understand this card more. Dig, for real. No joke. Love, Jean. And she signed it Gene, Jean. Wanda would sign her name, sometimes sign the Jean, Gene, as that's when she considered herself to be the male figure in the relationship, if there is such a thing in these type of relationships.
This is Oklahoma's Bible Belt. They condemn anything that could be seen as a sin, and Bible Belt fundamentalist evangelical ministers here are constantly beating the drum that homosexuality is a sin. I think it played a very big part. I think the jury valued Jean's life very little.
The morning didn't go quite like I planned.
Okay. Going to do prayer.
Who?
David.
All right.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy.
Well, where did you get this?
I gave it to him.
You gave it to David?
Yeah.
Everybody's working on David.
Everybody's working on David. What we want to do is try and stay as focused on some themes. Do you know what I mean by that?
Some general ideas that you're very sorry for what you did.
Yes.
That you know you caused a lot of pain to lots of people.
That's why we're here today.
That's
that
right.
you make no excuses, you take full responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you chase Gloria down to shoot her?
No.
Is that what?
Then why did you go after her? That they may ask you that. Why did you get in the car and follow her?
I was going to the police station as well to file a complaint.
Okay. Okay. And did you want to talk her out of leaving? Did you want to talk her into changing her mind and coming back?
I need to say yes.
If that's true, you can say yes, because you see, that is a plausible, that's a reason why someone would go after somebody they love. Not necessarily to kill them, but to bring them back home.
Well, what I think happened.
It was a conversation before it happened.
But I mean, did you chase her down?
No.
Did you get in your car and chase after, Ruby Wilson and Gloria Leathers?
I just think that I need to go. I was going to the police station to file a complaint.
Right.
And when I got out the car, me and Gloria had another argument.
And what happened, Jean? What happened, Miss Allen?
That I couldn't even tell you. I was there physically, but mentally I wasn't.
Good. Perfect. Good. Perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna go on past this. In that clip, if you're here and you watch the YSL clip, so they're advocating for her. So they're actually trying to prepare her because her mind does not go as far as ours would go. So if they explain something to her, it has to be explained to her. But it also shows us how, somebody that's getting on the stand can be manipulated. It's very telling. So I am going to play this. I was going to just go on by the clip where the Brothers Church, but the investigator, Wanda's private investigator, Preston, is there, and then I believe right after this, they kind of turn their backs on him, and people can draw their own inferences from whatever you see, but I just think that it's because you can't always see the work that somebody's doing, and they put in a lot of work. He took it very hard, so you can't always see the work that somebody is doing, and then you're ignorant to the law and everything else, so you don't know. So here we go.
Go full steam ahead. We're going into Friday's meeting very, very confident. With that said, I want to tell you Wanda Jean is doing exceptional. Doing better than any of us, probably. I know she appreciates all the support, all the help that you guys are giving.
Regardless of what happens, even if we lose, that doesn't mean we're dead in the water, but they will remember what we do after we hear that news. So we want a presence there. It's got to be a peaceful presence at all times, no matter what happens.
Just like Robert said, just prepare yourself now. We don't have to have it out first.
No red, no blue.
No red, no blue.
Yes.
What kind of cap you supposed to wear then?
Well, you wear white, green, yellow.
Gang colors.
Gang colors. Gang
Oh,
colors.
no.
Gang colors. We're going down there in peace and harmony, with prayer on our lips. We're going down there in dignity because I'm expecting the best, because she has become dear to my heart.
He didn't say nothing about green.
Close us with some prayer.
All right. Father God, as we come to...
All right, so I'm going to let them go ahead, and I'm going to speed past this, but you notice that he said no red, no blue. He didn't say nothing about no green. He didn't say green, so, he didn't say no slime. So, like I said, this is a very serious situation, but if you know me, I like to bring light to a situation, not laughing at anyone, not making light of anyone, definitely not the Leathers family. However, I don't even think I'm going to play the part of the brother, switching up, and because he has to understand, right? Even though these investigators have Wanda's best interest at heart, at the end of the day, they still have to do what Wanda wants them to do. And even if it does not make sense to them, I believe that Wanda had already come to grips with the fact that she was going to be executed even before they, told her that she was, still going to be executed. So she made it where she didn't want them to hurt. She didn't want to see them. That's her choice. But it's not this investigator's fault. It is, what it is. But let's move on. Let's see where they're at. I went past that because that's not what we are here for. We're kind of looking at Wanda Jean. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here and didn't even send you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so don't try to.
Y'all
I'm not.
excuse me.
That was it. That was it. So, hey, kiddo.
Yeah, I was gonna say please anyway, so I can do that. But okay,
Did
let's just.
Robin tell you that his last words to him are going to be please?
His too? No. This must be some change from yesterday.
No. Let's don't just, everything's fine. It really is. Nothing's changed. I swear to God. Okay, look at me. Nothing's changing. You're ready. You're ready to go.
I'm ready.
You got Bob Carpenter coming.
What he couldn't do then, he can do now. I want to get number one chance. This is his chance to help me.
We think it's important that Mr. Carpenter be at the clemency hearing because his being there to be able to fall on his sword, to admit to the board that yes, I did not do everything that I could do is so vital. I think it would be a showing that we don't just make these claims up, that trial attorneys do mess up. And here's one who recognizes that he did, and he's willing to tell them.
Glad you came.
Oh, I tell you what, you don't want to wait.
That good or bad?
That's good.
So that says a lot about her attorney. That he know that he did not do all that he can do for her when he was her attorney, and that he is willing to show up in court for her and let them know. Yeah. Are you there when I pointed out to Kat that Aaron Hernandez is here? Yep, Chloe, I did. I was there when you said that. I thought, and I was like, wow, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that she had she worked for Fulton County. But you can tell from her when she was in the court that wasn't going to be, now watching and being able to see them, that wasn't going to fly with her. So yeah, I did see that. I'm just hoping that her and her sister were able to mend their differences. I don't think so. That's a whole nother video for another day when it comes to Shayana. I was following her. She's an interesting person. And when, I never give anybody too much when they're like, oh, somebody's just money hungry, but Survivor Speaks allegedly feels that way. So yeah, let's just go on. Because she had a whole baby by his friend. after everything was over, but she, you know, so distraught. I don't know if I could have just moved on that fast. That's just me talking.
You know, I've given it a whole lot of thought over the last 12 years, obviously. And I don't know, you know, I think if we'd had the proper investigative powers and the same powers that the district attorney had, I think things would have been different.
But that's what I'm saying. I know it's not too late. We can still, you know, and you being there and being here today, that's what I'm happy for.
If I wasn't there, it would only be because I would feel helpless. But if I feel like I can do something, I'll do anything.
You know, I know that you can have your other case and stuff. I just have this one chance.
Well, this is it.
To get my life spared.
I know. I'm going to be there.
I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. I will be there. It's Lexington. Yes, sir.
Okay, and so let me show that. I was gonna go ahead and fast forward it, but I want you guys to see what type of relationship she has with them.
He walked in that door and he wasn't going to come, and you talked to him one-on-one, and something happened between you two, and it changed him. And Jean, that's what you're going to do tomorrow with this pardon and parole board. You're just going to be Jean.
Hand of God.
That's the only way I can be. I can't be nothing else.
Well, we're gonna make history tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be just right.
So, yeah, I'm reading the music.
Special meeting of State of Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board to consider clemency for Wanda Jean Allen. The date is December 15th, year 2000, and the meeting was called to order at 1:12 p.m. by Chairperson Bussey. At this time, we'll call Ms. Allen's defense.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Pardon and Parole Board, let me begin with the obvious. I am not a lawyer, but it doesn't take a lawyer to see that when it comes to due process and equal justice under the law, Wanda Jean Allen never got her day in court. We all know what happened. There's no presumption of innocence here. Wanda Jean shot and killed Gloria Leathers, a woman she was in love with. Wanda Jean met Gloria in prison, where Wanda Jean was serving time on a previous manslaughter conviction. So I'm well aware that she is killed twice. But I'm also aware of a completely plausible explanation for her violent behavior that the jury who convicted her never knew about. And here's why. Her attorney, Mr. Carpenter, and he is here today, was shocked to find out that the prosecutor had asked for the death penalty. Mr. Carpenter begged, and that's the correct word, begged the judge to be released from the case, for he was not qualified by his own admission to defend her. The judge refused and then provided no help from the public defender's office, and this set the stage for the most critical omission of evidence you may ever see in a capital murder trial. No evidence of Wanda Jean Allen's mental impairments was presented at her trial. None. It was not until after the trial was over that her attorney learned that Dr. Martin Kremsky, who is also here today and available for your questions, in 1975, this is 13 years before her trial, had recommended a neurological assessment because she manifested symptoms of brain damage. In Dr. Kremsky's report, he wrote, and I quote, "In view of the intellectual deficit and the marked inability to cope with a variety of complex situations, I would recommend some form of protective control." It never happened. Any adequate defense of Wanda Jean Allen required that the jury know about this diagnosis of brain damage, Why? Because this kind of brain damage affects the frontal lobe area of the brain and thus compromises that part of the brain which acts in all of us as a kind of trigger lock, checking our most basic impulses, including violent ones. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not making light of what she did. I could only hope to have as much faith as Ruby Wilson, Gloria's mother, who has forgiven Wanda Jean Allen. So let me ask you, just let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the Pardon and Parole Board, if we're not killing Wanda Jean for the mother of her victim, then who are we killing her for? And if a mother can forgive someone else's child for taking the life of her child, then why can't we?
I'd hope that there would be an expert available.
He is here. Dr. Clemency.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm Martin Krimsky.
Dr. Krimsky, is there a relation between brain damage and loss of or reduction of impulse control?
Yes. Specifically, brain impairment in the frontal lobes has a very close connection with the ability to think, to make plans. Frontal lobes also have an inhibitory function, so that when there is damage, there's a disposition to lose control of impulses, particularly under conditions of stress.
Are there questions from the rest of the board? I don't believe I have any. Thank you.
No, we don't care.
Good afternoon. I would like to talk a little bit about this issue of mental retardation. I did some research on it, and yes, if you have an IQ of 70 or lower, you're mildly retarded. It goes down at different ranges. In order to be severely retarded, you have to have under 20 or 25. So someone with a 69 IQ, like Wanda had when she was 15 years old, is considered to be mildly retarded. Later, when Wanda was examined, which she would have been, she and I are the same age, so she would have been 36, I believe, in 1995, her IQ was 80. That is not even retarded at all. Wanda Jean Allen is not mentally retarded. Wanda Jean Allen was a fully functioning member of society. She had a job. She graduated from high school. She got a 2-year medical assistance degree from Oscar Rose Junior College. We are not executing a mentally retarded woman. That is just simply a false impression that the defense is trying to get you to believe. It is simply false. She calculated cold-blooded murder. Yes, I'll stand here today. She is a cold-blooded murderer. And her mental problems, whatever deficiency.
All right, so I'm going to just turn her off and skip past her because I just want to keep it going because I know we have a Flesh of the Gods that's going live, and she's kind of pissing me off because I had an aunt who suffered from, she was born with mental issues. And it's up to the family how much you pour into that person. So where in being born like way back then, like my aunt was much older than I was. Being born back there, there's a lot of things like people, just didn't know about the law or what when it came to things like that. Nobody knows that, and if anybody hears this on the replay or anything like that. If you have someone that is diagnosed with mental health issues, I don't like the R word. If you have somebody with those with mental health issues, they were born that way. You have to file for custody of your own children. My grandmother and grandfather were married, had 9 children. She was the only one that was mentally ill. And they were married. And so what happened to my aunt was that she fell down the stairs, she had a seizure and fell down the stairs, broke her neck from there, was in the hospital. And then they wouldn't, my family wanted to take her off of the machine because at some point, like we were there at the hospital like clockwork. And we could tell. So to us, it was more like, you know, you are hurting, you're hurting her. It was more of a thing of the state stepping in now, because now, like, it's, where have you been all these years? Like, so we actually had it out with the state. So, you know, he was, you know, the guy from the state was like, oh, well, yeah, well, we understand she washes her own clothes. Well, we understand she cooks. We understand she does this. Do you know how she washes her clothes? Our family came up with this idea. Basically, you teach like you teach a child. All right, this is how much you need to wash your clothes. This is what you use to wash whites. This is what you use to wash colors. Remember, bleach doesn't go in colors. We took an old rag, put it in, poured bleach on it, and the color went away. And she's like, oh no, like, so that's how she learned. Our family never gave up on her. That was my aunt. And so you can tell these stories only because they were told to you. But do you know how it came about? Do you know what she can cook? She can cook rice. Yes, she does, because she has a special cup to fill with water. She has a special cup to fill with rice. So that's how she knows how to cook it. She was taught to make sure the stove is turned on. Make sure you see the fire. Make sure you keep turning that knob over to the left till you can't hear it no more, because if you leave it open just a little bit, you may not see fire, but gas can come out. These are all the things that we taught my aunt. And this guy came in talking about he was her guardian. And my grandfather was alive still, and he's at home. Like, what? My grandmother was still alive. Like, what? You're her guardian. We had no clue. They had no clue. Just telling you that it is a thing. Even if you're married, normally when you have a child and you're not married, you have to file for custody of your child. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. You do. You have to file for custody of your child, because if the father files first and then something happens, he has custody of the child. You never file for custody of the child. A lot of us don't do that because we don't know about it, unless you're in certain circumstances and you learn a lot of this information. So it was new to me. I'm just spreading it to you. I mean, but I learned it a long time ago, but it is a thing. And, you know, with my aunt, it was just terrible how they kept saying, like, oh, she can do this, she can do that. But yeah, you cannot explain how she learned how to do all of that. So they left her on the machine. They gave her this test because we kept saying, she's no longer here. Why are you guys just blowing air into her at this point? We knew that because the state was saying, because they were her guardian. Oh no, we see life. So what they did was they did this test where they shot this cold stuff in her ear, and it was freezing. It was a freezing temperature that it put in somebody's ear, like me or you. As soon as it starts to go in, we're going to be like, oh my goodness. No movement for her, but it was some type of like involuntary movement. And the hospital kept telling him that wasn't movement from her. That's not the movement that she would have made when we put that, and it didn't happen. And they were even saying that maybe somebody hit touched her, because like we were all in the room watching all of these things. Like my aunt was gone. She was no longer here. And then, but they have a lot to say about a lot of things that you don't know about when you are, you just don't know. But just letting it out there. So yeah, so her brother, Miss Leather's brother, is going to speak. So I'm going to start it back from there. I really don't want to hear from the state, from whatever. It is a thing that we need to be discussing.
All of a sudden, it's her death sentence come up. We have to reenact. All this is coming back to us. If there was any way, shape, form, or fashion you all could honestly sit here and tell me that Wanda Jean Allen would never walk the streets again, then I would have no heartache with it. Personally, I really don't want Wanda Jean to die. I really don't. But there's no way we can't say that Wanda won't slip through the loop. She slipped through the first time.
Okay, we will now bring Miss Wanda Allen in. We're asking everyone to please remain seated.
Let's see if I can speed it up and see if you guys can hear it, can still understand it. Because I got it on normal and oh yeah, I do. Let's see if it's too fast or not.
First, I want to thank God and ask for forgiveness once again. And I want to apologize to my mother. And I've asked her for forgiveness as well. All I've taken her through. She's been an excellent mother in more ways than one. But most of all, I want to apologize to Miss Williams and to Gloria's family. I'm sorry, and I'm ashamed for what happened. I love you today, too. I ask for forgiveness, not only for the loss that she has suffered, but for the circumstance in which we find ourselves. I don't wish this on anyone, but I want you to know is that I'm not a monster. I'm a loving and thoughtful person. I am not here to beg for my life. I believe in a higher power. I have put my trust in God. I have come to believe through my faith that we have to forgive in order to be forgiven. All I can say is that it's in His hands, and I'm trusting Him and His promises. I'm asking for forgiveness and mercy too. I want to live, and I'm very ashamed and very sorry about what I did. I do not believe that I was born a bad seed. I am not what the prosecutor say that I am. I am what the Bible say I am. I don't understand everything that has happened. None of us ever does. But I think that there's a reason why we're placed in certain situations. Because some things God can come from it. This is my greatest assignment in life. Please let me live. Please let me live.
So that
Ladies and
was
gentlemen, I just want to ask you before you ask questions,
not
if the situation
me.
is difficult and she's out of her normal environment, she can become very confused. So we only ask that you ask your questions as directly as possible and bear with us if she needs to ask you to repeat a question or I need to give her some assistance. Okay?
Are there questions? I don't believe they have any, Miss Allen.
So Flesh of the God is
this time I'll
asking a
call for
great
the vote.
question on the screen. Why do they want to? Why do they want to execute her so bad? Okay, I 9. Okay, so that even works better for me. So why do they want to execute her so bad? I don't know. You know, the brother, you know, he has some harsh things to say or whatever, but what he's saying is like he just doesn't want her on the street again. Yes, she did unalive somebody when she was 15 years old, and that was after her accident. I'm not making excuses for her. I am not making any excuses for her. Nobody's saying to let her walk the street. It is the execution. It is the taking of her life that is the problem. You have serial unalivers that, you know, still have their lives, or you know, they're living in the prison until they are no longer breathing. So Flesh, I did not I don't know why they wanted her unalive so bad. I don't think that I've ever heard anyone say why they wanted to unalive her so bad. And normally with the same thing that just happened with the young man that was unalive, the family said, listen, we don't care if we don't care that you put him, execute him. We just don't want him walking the street. But in that case, it was a little different. He didn't have any charges. He didn't have any evidence. And the evidence that they had that showed that they didn't have any evidence, they for some strange reason they couldn't find it. So that's always what we learned, that is their go-to now when it comes to everything. They can't find whatever. So I don't know why they want to execute her so bad, but you know what? That is worth looking into. So thanks for that question, Flesh. I'm going to see if I can try to find like what was so important and why did they want her unalive so bad. Chloe Alberts has answered, and I do believe that some of what of it, you know what it is? to Chloe, thank you for this comment. So she said that flesh of the gods, because they don't see her humanity. That's all that it is. And thank you for that comment, Chloe. If you look at the parole board, when her team was speaking, they wasn't even paying attention. Only the one woman asked the question. The guy on the far left, he acted like he was aggravated. Why am I here? I don't want to be here. They said what they said. Like, it was just like they had this whole like nonchalant attitude about them, the rest of the board. For me, none of them asked questions. And then only the woman here that, so for some reason I have her stuck on the screen with a sarcastic look on her face. I think it was the woman that's sitting next to her that actually asked the question about the one question. And wasn't she also the one that asked about the expert? So actually the woman with the sarcastic look on her face right here, yeah, that is definitely crazy. And Chloe, also, it is the Bible Belt. That is another thing. That's two things that I think you hit right out, hit it out the park. And this may be reason number one, but reason number two, they don't see her as human. So, and the world wasn't the world that it is today. You couldn't just be flaming and out the closet like that. Like, a lot of people didn't care for that. Living in the Bible Belt, they're like the last states to come aboard when it comes to things like these. Shout out to Chloe and to Flesh for the conversation in the chat, and because it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. But here I was gonna go pull out some books for Chloe. When Chloe's serious, you get to thinking, and I agree with that. They didn't see her as human, and the attorneys, they did say that. And then, she got so overwhelmed, you couldn't even hear her, her statement at the end. You couldn't hear her, and it just sounded like she was rambling because she has some mental illness. She is not in a place that's common to her. That speaks to mental illness as well. She's not in the place that's common to her, so she was overwhelmed. So that's why she starts just going, and then it's like she's just whispering. It's not like she's that Wanda Jean that we witnessed in the beginning of this program, and that's just because she's so uncomfortable. But great, great commentary in the comments between the two of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We welcome that. So let's go. This is still the hearing.
My vote is yes. Mr. Ballard.
No clemency.
Ms. Chappelle.
No.
Mr. Breckenridge.
Clemency is denied.
She don't want to vote yes. She the only one who's playing
State
attention.
Home will now adjourn for the day. The time is now 3:00 p.m.
And look at the victim's mother. She's like, I don't want this. I don't want you to take her life. But, it's just, like I said, the rest of them didn't even pay attention. I believe this person talking here.
It just doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to walk in here. She's going to have that smile on her face of hope that she always has.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to tell her that we lost. And she's going to probably do what she usually does. Console me. Try and pump me back up. Fight ain't over. No, I'm going to do my very best to support it. But she's a dead woman.
I know it was kind of harsh the way he said it, but it's like,
the Lord be with us, comfort us,
He can
strengthen us, give us what we need to live these days. For Wanda Jean, for Wanda Jean, for Wanda Jean. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
It's okay. I just know how hard it is for y'all and y'all going through it. I hate taking y'all through all this.
Because we part of you, we have to go through it. We don't mind going through it. You my big sister. We okay?
Yep, I know this will be okay. I know we can do it.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too.
I miss hugging you. I miss talking to you about stuff.
I'm still here.
I know.
I'm not gone. That's okay. Don't be sad. It's not over yet.
Yeah.
Give us some love here.
I love you.
You know I love you.
I miss you.
I can't hug you right here, but hug you know
close enough.
hug around you.
I love you.
I love you too, a whole bunch.
And we're not gonna give up. We're not gonna give
Nothing
up.
impossible for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing too hard. As long as we keep believing in our heart, and nobody stops. We all right. We all right.
She need to fry. She don't need lethal injection. She need to pop and jerk a little bit. You know, she was that crew. They need to still have that, not just a lethal injection. They need to fry them, you know, execute them. I said, they need to bring some old back to her, whip her. Put on a child a tree or chain and whoop her. Beat her to death. Then I feel some pain because just shooting that little poison up in her, killing her is what? She's not going to feel it. She's going to shut her ass. She might feel a little sting. And that's it. I want her to feel it. Feel it.
Sustained overruled in the easy fiki house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. I do sustain over here. I try to go back through cases that really touch my heart, and I think this is an important time right now that this conversation. They need to, have this conversation. It needs to be revisited once again, and especially about the mentally ill. Like some people that are mentally ill just don't go around just, doing crazy stuff all day, every day. Or some people are just not like let's take, from the YSL trial, YSL Polo, like a lot of us think that was an act, and it's an all-day thing until it was something excited. They Flesh of the Gods, thank you for pointing that out. Like how the day you were just revisiting that, it was like he's just doing all this and being a distraction, but when it's something that he needed to pay attention to, and he needed to make sure his ears was perked up, he would sit there and just not do all that, just be looking like he looking into space. But definitely was noticeable after that. So we got Mr. I Was Never Here in the house, Don GQ. Yeah, going over there and sub up to Don DQ. We never saw you, sir. Never saw you. I just can't take you. I can't take it. So he has a channel also that he does all types of talking to machines and stuff like that. You probably won't see it. That's like kind of like back behind the scene thing. But yeah, he has a channel over there. It's like you go in there and you in another dimension. That's just how I feel like, when I go see his channel or whatever. But what up, Don? Anywho, and Sustained, of course, Flesh says, what up, though? So we're going to get, this is Christmas Day, 16 days before the execution. I forget if music is playing in this. I'm playing my music in the background. I hopefully offset theirs. But if they don't monetize this video, then it's fine for me. It's still a conversation we need to have. And that's just it. And so I'll sit here and let me adjust my robe. I have on a judge's robe because sometimes I feel like Petty Page. Anywho, let's go.
I need
That is the young lady's granddaughter that passed away in.
I'm in the Christmas spirit. It just seems that so much has happened in December. And then they have this Clemency hearing in December. You know, it just seems like everything happened at the end of the year. In a way, I had closed the chapter 12 years ago. I let it go on because I had to raise the children. But it's not going to help me one way or the other because I have to continue to live with myself and live with what has happened. And I still won't bring my daughter back. I was thinking about, am I going to the execution? I'm not very sure at this point, but I feel that I was with my daughter at her end. And maybe I should be with Jean at her end. Does that come from her Aunt Mary?
Very honorable. All right, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not doing this with him. I'm going fast forward past this part. So I'm not doing this with him. The law is the law. They had a clemency hearing. They lost. It is nothing that they did on the other side. So I think it's, to me, like, I mean, and I get his frustrations, but the thing was, he was trying to change the mind of his mother. And she's already not understanding. And then so here you are adding fuel to the fire. And I just don't think that it was, a good thing after all. I think I'm gonna bring the mother back on of Wanda Jean. My focus is really on Wanda Jean and her being executed and having the mental illness. But my heart goes out, to her mother, just like my heart goes out to Gloria Leather's mother, who I think is very honorable. And like she said, she put this behind her. Like, why are, she thought why are we revisiting this? Like, they didn't want her to pass away anyway. They just didn't want her on the street anymore. But this was her second unaliving. And so nonetheless, they took into account both, even though she was a minor during the first, they didn't take into account the injury to the brain. Like, from that accident. That is, why Chloe explained it beautifully. No impulse control. Like I said, it's similar to Aaron Hernandez when they donated his brain, and the CTE scan of it, and it was crazy. What they found. So like he really, it looks like I'm just this guy. I'm an NFL star, and I get to do what I want to do. No, my brain doesn't work like you guys. But nobody really wanted to hear that. And then I believe because of the way the press outed him, I don't know about the unaliving him. I've watched that story so many times, but I'm kind of leaning on the fact that he didn't. I think he did it because of the way they outed him, that he was a, alleged bisexual man, but gay. His attorney told him that he was gay, but he was with his daughter's mother. But a lot of times they say that these men have beards. That's what they call the wife when they know they don't really want a woman. They want to be with a man, but society doesn't see that way. They don't see you're a sport, you're an athlete. You need to be straight. You need to be heterosexual. And so then that's where you'll see a lot of these athletes that commit domestic violence against their wives. They don't want them. I mean, listen, I got a best friend that's a guy. Listen, I'm just telling you what he tells me. A lot of times you will see that men that want women, want men, they will abuse the other person because they don't want to stand in their truth. So this is Wanda Jean's mother. I tell you, I love Mr. Preston. I love Mr. Preston. Mm-hmm.
All things when ain't nobody can stop that. Because I am like Job. I am trusting him, and I'm like a horse that's ready for the battle. And I know he's going to sustain me, be an ever-present help and trouble. And I know everyone's wanting me to live, so I can be there for them, because he's protecting me like Job, his servant. He said, you can touch anything, Satan, but you can't touch his soul. You can slay me, but you can't touch my soul. So do what you please.
I love you. You know that?
I know.
love you.
I know.
Okay. All right.
Next is in round 6.
Could instead of would.
Yep. That's it.
Hey, Farrah, have you found in the transcripts yet Jean's testimony? You did? Where, can you bring it in here? Yeah. Jean apparently testified that she graduated from high school and had a college certificate. Well, here's the Attorney General's office not believing any other part of her testimony, and yet grabs these, and yet grabs two little, did you receive a degree from U.S. Grant? Yes. And the degree was just graduated from high school, and she said just a degree. Like she was telling us, she was having trouble, when Robert and I were asking her about it, she was having trouble distinguishing junior high school graduation from high school graduation.
It doesn't change the issue, and the issue is this woman mentally retarded? And it doesn't matter whether she said she went to U.S. Grant or whatever high school or medical school or law school, she's still mentally retarded.
The Attorney General mislead the pardon and parole board, and yes, they did. Mr. Preston.
Wanda Jean Allen and her family, can you tell me about what's going on with them?
She grew up in abject poverty. As an adolescent, was having to shoplift to get food to feed her siblings. She was the second oldest of 8. There were other mental problems in the family.
Do you have any appeals left? Do you have any...
We filed a civil rights lawsuit against the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board in the Attorney General's office. So we have a hearing Wednesday afternoon to see if we can get a stay based on being provided a unconstitutional and unfair clemency process.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Come here.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Oh, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. 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 Praise the Lord, everybody.
Okay, we're gonna go on ahead and yeah, we're gonna go past this because I need to take a little break in between when the show starts. Like I said, this is about Wanda. All right, so we're going to play it right. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to take it 2 days before her execution. When they learned, they'll tell you what they learned. Let me just go ahead and let them go ahead and do that.
I ain't got nothing to say.
What'd she say, Mary? Is she angry? Is she scared? Is she... What do you think?
I don't know.
Hello? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
This is your niece.
My niece who? Oh, Pearl. You know they didn't take Jean down, y'all.
So why did they take it down already if they were having all this stuff on tonight?
I don't know, and there ain't no use of them paying no court or nothing.
If she's gone, it's not. Did you call her there?
No.
Why?
I ain't called up there.
Why you didn't call?
I'm finna call up there, though. I'll talk to you later.
Mary, I was over with the attorney, so I just came from there with...
I can't help it, though. I just can't help it.
There are two things that we've discussed.
Well, I don't care what you discussed with my Jean at the time. David shouldn't have did me like that. You could have told me, you don't finna take my daughter down there. David shouldn't have did me like that. So you can leave.
All right, Mary.
She's still here. I didn't move her. I just left her. All right. Hey, I just left her.
Don't be hollering at me.
I'm not hollering at you. I came in to get ugly with you. You got a hug? All right. She's still here. I told you not to listen to the rest of your family, didn't I? How many times have I told you that?
Oh.
Huh?
I ain't listening to nobody.
Jean's good.
Okay, you like
Jean is
that?
very, very good.
Chloe,
No.
you can't see the screen.
That's Jean, yeah. Stop.
You think that's Jean?
I hope it is. Hello? Hey. What?
Who is it?
This me.
If I ever see him anywhere, I'm gonna be here down. I'm gonna be here all the way down. I'm gonna be his ass. I don't care what you tell me. I'm gonna be his ass when I see him.
Yeah, I did it.
We just went up there. She put me out the room, but Diane don't never say that. Don't say I don't get out. And Diane put out, told me, don't never come up there no more. Catch them. I don't know what you can do no more. I told everyone told me to be over about. She on her way to that thing. She wants to see how she wants something. Yeah, David Preston. He come down here yesterday and told me that we gonna call him daddy. Cause Jean told us she took the place today because he's correcting you and all that old stuff. It's not about nothing I want to see.
David ain't said nothing, boy. David ain't said nothing. David ain't said nothing. Don't believe Wanda Jean. She's just all upset. You see this?
It's okay. I don't take that personal.
David making it bad for Wanda Jean, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's bad.
Why does this thing keep moving? I'm telling you.
Good morning, Miss Clemency.
Your family's going nuts. I love them. I say that with sympathy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love them, you know, but you know they've got problems. And
Just like your brother. I love him, but can't deal with him.
I understand.
So that's why we're saying that we're going to be good family members, because we got people who can't deal with our family. We have each other. You have a opinion? My opinion just went out.
I got a great pen for you. Okay.
Okay. How's Tony doing?
He's okay.
Where's the money?
He's sad.
What he said about?
Oh, people are just sad right now, Jimmy.
What he said about what's going on with him?
You?
Ain't got to be said about me. I'm trying to live.
I know. But it's a sad situation.
Everybody won't think I'm being scared. I'm trying to live. I ain't trying to leave here.
You ain't what?
I ain't trying to leave. You doing okay?
Oh, yeah. I hate sweating.
Did you eat breakfast this morning?
You know, I did. I ate some bacon. It kind of you got me. Yeah, I had a couple of vodka martinis last night, Jean. I'm going to
That's all right.
be honest with you.
I'm glad.
I think I'm sweating it out. I drink one.
I'm glad.
I drink one for you.
I am so glad. I am so glad. Did Cheryl go with you?
Yeah.
Did you get a little bit?
Yeah, that morning that I talked to you.
Nice one. Do like this, get you sweat out and stuff.
I'm
Do like this.
shower again, baby.
Do like this.
Yeah, well, you're hoping to hold my glasses for me. So you can fit up there.
Yeah, do like this. Do like this. Do like this. All right, honest. Yeah, you all right, you all right.
I'm okay, baby. All right.
You still my husband.
I know it.
The fact is, if you think she graduated from college, you're not going to think she's mentally retarded. It's that simple.
We're still, in the fight here because we haven't been turned down. We haven't been turned down.
Jesse Jackson, let's have I had the painful experience of watching Dr. King die. In Texas, I watched Gay Graham die. I've come prepared tonight to fight for the life of Wanda Jean Allen, or to watch her die. Because she must not die if she must die in the dark. She must not die alone, nor comfortless. But lest we forget, She's not dead yet. And we'll still fight this fight for her.
Yeah, you need,
I didn't know who you were. I'm
you
sorry.
need to talk to Robert about a statement, and there he will be. But we lost.
Robin Myers. I got the news from David. Okay. You bet. Okay, good luck. Let me know if I can do anything. Thanks, Robert. Bye-bye. Okay, it's denied. There's another rumor that Jesse Jackson was able to persuade the governor for a 30-day stay. It's just a rumor.
So we're still planning on going to the Tenth Circuit?
They are trying to make that decision right now.
Okay. At one point, I hear you. I think Reverend Jackson just may have announced that Judge Leonard denied our appeal. I strongly suspect. Yeah, I know he did. Sergeant Simpson, this is David Preston. How are you? Is Jean with visitors right now? Is there any way that she can make a phone call to me? All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All right. Okay. So Jean has not heard. I just talked to Reverend Jackson. He said that the only thing he has done is appeal to the governor to issue a stay. He is addressing this press conference as we speak. They are going to exercise some form of disobedience. He's going to jail. Wanda Jean is supposed to be calling me back right now. She was in really good spirits when I saw her. Okay, all right, bye.
Oh, I pray for a miracle, Lord. I know that you can do it. Forgive them for they don't know what they're doing.
It's like a go ahead.
Right? No, I mean, if I didn't think that there was a small chance I would tell you later. The odds are against us. But your sister, she is safe, and you've heard her as long as there's breath in me, find her hospital. And that's what we're going to do. Your sister's okay.
Everybody, somebody, keep hope alive, keep hope alive, faith, the substance, things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. Keep the faith, keep hope alive, keep the faith, keep hope alive.
Save Wanda Jean! 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 Save Wanda Jean!
Jesse Jackson has been arrested on misdemeanor trespassing charges at the prison where authorities have been holding Allen. Ironically, Allen wasn't there by the time the demonstration took place. She's been transferred to another prison 120 miles away in which the planned execution is to take place.
They thought that this crowd was going to try and ambush and break her out, so they have transported her to McAllister. She is en route. So Robert is going to pack a bag. I'll go pack a bag so that we can be there first thing in the morning. I've got to go back to work. Okay.
Stop the killing now! Stop the killing now! Stop the killing now! Stop the killing now!
I'm gonna miss what? Got this daggone music playing. Hold on, let me turn mine back down. I was trying to offset it. All right, let's see if they still.
Jean, this is Steve. Where have they got you? Okay, so you're in a cell down there.
Yeah,
Okay, the man's right there with you. You like it?
Yeah, I like it. They're part of me.
Oh, man, Jean. Well, anyway, we've been here almost all night working on your appeals. And we've got appeals at the 10th Circuit. We're not giving up. We're fighting. Boy, I've been worried about you. Do what? I ate a donut. Bad for you, but I ate a donut. Okay? I love you, Jean. We're not giving up. Bye-bye.
Please dial.
Hello? Mary. Hi, it's David. How you doing?
I'm trying to make it.
You trying to make it? Well, I saw Jean just a little while ago. She's really doing good. I mean, she's like the same. She's the same.
Did you see the television while ago?
No, I haven't been watching.
Makita and Drew Adams going to meet in another courtroom today. They're going to have another court for Wanda Jean.
Well, it's not a court that they're having, Mary. The two of them are just going to sit down and talk about Jean's case.
You going to stay with us until everything goes back?
I'm going to stay with her until everything's all right.
Governor Keating referred to this murder for which Wanda Allen has been sentenced to death, a premeditated murder, but he also referred back to a killing in 1981 for which he was convicted and then later released. Now, this woman apparently is a violent person. What would you do with a person like that?
One cannot justify Wanda Jean Allen killing anybody. Mother State killing Wanda Jean Allen.
You there? Man, much better. They treating you okay?
Yeah, they good to me.
Have you eaten anything?
No, I haven't ate. Since supposed to bring me something to eat down here. I just want like chips or something like that.
Yeah.
They let me order something off a canteen here.
I don't know.
All I want is like some chips or something like that I can snack on. Nothing I have to cook in a hot box.
I hear
think
you.
I can have that, but just, chips and stuff like that.
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
want nothing to have to cook for me. I just want chips.
We'll do
If
it.
they can take the money out of my books there if they have to.
Hey, we'll get it done.
Okay, that's what I want. Would you find out?
You got it. I love you, Jean.
Okay, keep your head up.
Oh, it is up.
Try to touch base and find out what's going on, okay?
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Did she say anything at all to you that indicated to you that she was persuaded that she was about to die?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing. Okay. I just think that's the way that she's going to go.
Has anybody heard about the meeting with Keating and the Attorney General?
No.
We haven't heard anything from the 10th Circuit yet.
Nope.
So, no. I don't mind, talking to the family and being supportive, but I really have a problem with her brother Bill doing the embalming.
What?
He's apparently a licensed embalmer. He says, and the other family members say that he did the embalming for their father. But I just, and that's just my deal. I mean, I know it ain't up to me, but I just think that's sick.
Does Wanda know about that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is that legal?
The governor has asked to see a copy of the Clemency video, and the federal public defender's requested a 2-hour takeover.
The governor himself asked for the tape.
That's what I just was told.
He doesn't need to ask to see the video if he's made up his mind.
Them a tour of each unit in death row, and then we show them the family room, and then take them up to the execution room and explain the lethal injection process itself, and kind of tell them from a witnessing aspect, what they're going to see, what they're going to hear. Basically, explain that there are 3 drugs that take place. The first drug puts them to sleep to the point where most of them snore, and then the second drug restricts their diaphragm, and then the third drug shuts down all the major body organs. It's a very peaceful way to die. Most family members, the reaction is that they leave angry because their loved one suffered a million times.
I don't know, because somebody put in the chat, the way she just explained it, I'm not disputing what she's saying, but I heard that lethal injection was it's not all that easy. It's not that easy. And that sometimes they do feel something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up too again, because I thought that I heard somewhere where they said that I guess it's better than the chair. I don't know. I have to look that up. That's just a question that Sustained, if you're in the chat and about that. I've heard contradicting stories. So, that's something else that, I'll probably be looking into. I don't have 50,000 things already going on my plate. We are almost done, guys. Almost done.
Times worse than what that inmate will ever feel. They don't feel anything.
At 4 o'clock this afternoon, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals denied the last civil rights appeal of Wanda Jean Allen. At 4:45 this afternoon, Governor Keating announced that he would not be entering a stay in this case. No stay has been entered by any court, and absent the issuance of a stay by the United States Supreme Court, we anticipate that the execution will go forward as scheduled at 9 o'clock this evening.
Hello? Huh? Yeah, but it's okay. It's a good stress. What the 10th Circuit did, they denied you a stay of execution. We're asking the Supreme Court, to issue a stay of execution. Exactly. Okay. And that's what we're waiting for right now. We think that somebody in the Supreme Court wants a stay issued. Okay. And we think that they're in the process, as we speak, reviewing all of this.
Okay.
So
How long has it been in there?
Huh?
How long has it been in there?
It's been in there maybe 10, 15 minutes. Okay. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. When you were talking to Reverend Burris and Little, and I was coming in and out of the room, that's when it was being sent right then. All right, hello? Just cut off.
Front desk?
Yeah, I was cut off from Wanda Jean Allen, so she should be calling back.
And just let her through?
Yeah, just go ahead and let her through.
Okay.
All right, thanks. It just worries me to death when she doesn't call back. We've got, 30 more minutes of available time for her to talk. And I know that she's going to call Sam back, but
I have Alessandra Allen on the line.
Alessandra Allen? Okay, I'll hang up.
Okay.
Thanks. Hey, Sam. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jean said they got a phone. She's trying to call you.
Okay.
The phone's losing that stuff and they fixing them.
Good.
She's trying to call you. Stay by phone.
I'm right here in my room. Thanks, babe. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. She's gonna call back. That shit crazy here. Just waiting, knowing she's trying to call. You know, knowing she's trying to call. She's got 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You know. Fuck. And of course the prison does this on purpose. Because they could give a shit. The number for the Oklahoma State Penitentiary. Oh man, I knew I heard a ringing. Hello?
Hi, I have another woman on the phone. She's a reporter.
No, take her messages and we'll talk to her later, so I'm waiting for Wanda Jean Allen.
Okay.
That's the only call I want right now.
Okay.
Thanks, bye-bye. Yes, H unit, please. Mr. Mason, so we were talking to Jean, trying to update her on what it is that's going on, and we were cut off in mid-sentence. You think you can help us out here and restore the time that we got lost? Mr. Mason, thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Mr. Mason?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What'd you find out?
They're working on it right now.
I appreciate it.
A couple of minutes, they should have it fixed.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very, very much. Bye-bye now. A couple of minutes, they should have it fixed. God, this is sick shit. Wow, this burns my ass.
They got the place so blocked off, that's why we need to be going.
We gotta go. I'll try him one more time. Yes, I'm trying to reach Correctional Officer Mason over on the H unit. He is trying to work on reestablishing phone contact, so if you will please connect me. It's not gonna happen. They told me that there's no outside phone calls going on at this time, so what they've done, they've cut her off. All right, let's go.
Wow.
The people that Jean selected to witness her execution are her lawyers, her legal assistant, her clemency team, and her ministers. Just 7 people.
She wasn't going to let her family, feel down. She was even telling them, to come see her at the regular visiting day back in Oklahoma City. She wanted to leave them with that much hope that somehow something was going to intervene and she wouldn't be executed. I just don't think that she could ever tolerate the idea of any of her family members watching her die.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
We need to get people out of society that can't live by the rules.
Wow.
People should be held accountable for what they do.
Wanda Jean Allen, number 119486, was pronounced dead at 9:21 p.m. The execution has been carried out.
Everybody, just human nature, go in feeling a little bit sorry for her, but, her body language and the things she did while she was in there, it made it easy for you to say, hey, I don't feel sorry for this joker no more. Her last remarks were, if they know not what they're doing. Then she turns around, she licks her tongue out, at the crowd, she smiles, she's laughing. It all seemed like a joke to her. Like she never showed remorse, and that's what it was.
Maybe she don't know how.
She know how, Mom. Come on, here you go. You're making excuses for her.
Yeah, I kind of like don't want to show this part on the screen of them wheeling her out in the bag, but I do want to show the ending of David Presson. His advocacy and everyone. It was top notch, and they really, he advocated for Wanda Jean, and the same with the trials that we're watching now. When there's something that goes along on a long time, you get to personally know the person. You get to see more of who they are. You get to humanize them when the world thinks that they're just a demon. So the brother is upset, but it's just going to sound like that I'm defending Wanda Jean. It's just that I have the experience, like I said, of living with my aunt, around my aunt, and they do a bunch of that type of stuff. And my aunt's situation was way worse, probably than Wanda Jean. She was born that way. And, learning from the documentary, if you watched this before or catching up on it now, the brother did say when she was small, he thought she was behind him, but she got hit with a truck and she fell down on her head. But so yeah, we're almost done with this, and we're going to be out. And now that Flesh of the Gods is going live at 8, and I think I remember the steps, Flesh. So with that being said, let's get this back over here, and yeah, we're almost done. Flesh is going at 9. I'm sorry.
She went out like a champion. She was dancing. Who let the dogs out? Bullshit. Mary, how you doing?
I don't know how I'm doing.
I don't know how I'm doing either. Well, I was with Jean when she went on. Well, I couldn't touch her, but she could see us. She could see Reverend Burroughs, and she could see Reverend Little. She could see me. She could see Robin Myers. She could see...
You that when she stuck out a tongue?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She did. She was dancing when she went out. Okay? And
Did she cry?
No, there wasn't a tear in her eye.
How come they couldn't let Jean off?
I don't know. I don't know why they couldn't let Jean off, Mary. What I saw in there was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. She was, man. She was literally dancing under that fucking mattress. But they had her so strapped down she couldn't move, and it took me a few minutes to realize what the hell she was doing. They said, "You have a final statement?" Yes. Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that's, she jerked that fucking head like she does. She started breathing, real deep. You could tell she was nervous, and she looked over, at us, and I think she mouthed, "I love you." Then she stuck her tongue out. I think maybe she stuck her tongue out at me. I don't know, but in that real playful kind of way. Fucking doing that that thing that she's got, She went to sleep. Head kind of tilted, looking over at us. She just went to sleep.
I didn't cut the sound out here. The sound is cut out here, but he's going to come back on. He's not done yet. He has a little more he wants to say. He's can't contain himself. I mean, and people are human. Thank you. I was going to mention that afterwards. So yeah.
Oh my baby. Why they have to do you like empty?
I don't want to show this part. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't show that part. Cat Not Williams, thank you so much for responding. So Cat Not Williams says that the injection doesn't always work. So maybe that's how I heard it, because it doesn't work and they give them those 3 injections. That third injection can work. The third injection that stops the and correct me if I'm wrong, Kat, if you know. And thank you for making that clear. I knew it was something about it, but so if it doesn't work, but the third shot works, because it's 3 shots in all, I believe, is that where they're saying that the pain comes from? Because I remember somebody saying that it's not always what people say that it is. It's not always that peaceful. So if it works, it's probably peaceful. But if there's some hiccups when they're administering it and it does not work, I'm sure that there is some pain afterwards. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Kat. And I do not, I mean, even though she looked beautiful, I do not want to show this part of her. I just want to make sure I'm back because Preston comes on at the end again. But right now, and I don't want to show any credits. How about that? Y'all know how that is. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna show any more of it. Because it's them showing, you know, her at the gravesite and them putting her in the ground. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Not going to go ahead and you know, show that anymore. That is the end of it. So she was executed. And like I said, you know, watching it, you know, I even got encouragement from her at times. You know, it was amazing how you know, even with her disabilities, that she was able to uplift people that was trying to wrap their head around her being unalive. And you know, sometimes, you know, things are born and things are out of our control. It's only, you know, God can only you know, has a last say, I do believe. The Wilds was separate, laugh out loud. Yeah, so I know Flesh. So Flesh is starting at 9. You know, he has all the graphics. So yeah, I'm going to take a small break, Flesh, as I said, and I'll be over there. And Sustained Overruled is going to be over there. And we're going to be on the panel for like New Year. We're going to have a good time. Don't know what Flesh is playing. Even if you know, you guys go over there and you want to you know, like just catch up on just the injection part of it. But I do think that the conversation of mentally ill people being unalived, they need to revisit that. There needs to be more of a conversation. And more than that, I do believe that there need to be specially trained law enforcement. And all law enforcement need to be trained, but then they need to have special trained law enforcement workers that can realize mental illnesses when they see it, that can realize that somebody is having a mental break when they see it. And then they need to be trained on how to treat that. There are different ways that, you know, you can treat you know, someone that's mentally ill. Sometimes it does take more than one person to restrain them, and once they are restrained, there is no more harm that they can do to you. So I do think that that is a big issue that needs to be spoke about. I want to let everybody know that I have not been able to watch the video, so I'm not saying in this case that the young man that was unalived by so many was mentally ill. I haven't looked into it yet, so I don't like to like report on things that I don't know about. I just know that I couldn't even watch the first. I couldn't get through it. I couldn't watch it. So in my time, I'm someone that protects my mental health, and in my time, I'll go ahead and I'll watch that. I have a lot of things going on right now with me personally, and to look like I just right now I just can't. And I just, to be honest with you, I see people you know, that's talking about it and everything. I just not, I can't do it right now. I have to do things in my time. So I want to thank the, you know, sponsors of the show, Flesh of the Gods, and also oh my goodness, I'm about to mess up his acronym. He gonna get me. Oh my gosh. He is going to give me. Is he in here, y'all? Is he in here? Is he in here? Is he in here? It's ABOD. Am I wrong, y'all? Y'all know. I just blame it on the chemo brain, y'all. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for supporting this show. As you all know, before Flesh of God takes off, I'm just doing this flesh because it's just to show that I was paying attention yesterday. So yeah, so Flesh of the God is starting at 9. I'll be over there. I have to take a break first, and then be over there talking with Flesh and Unsustained. I don't know if we Zanitra. Thank you so much for still being here, girl. Thank you. And you, if Flesh of the God, can you or I don't ask Cat Not Williams to draw. I wouldn't even ask Flesh. I don't see Child Diggy, and I don't see where FFS at. I don't know. So anyway, can we Flesh drop your own link? Yeah, to go with my survivor sister Denitra in the chat. Love you, girly. Hope you've been doing well. We have our time. We have our times. It's definitely been my time. The end of this year, most of the year, I've had time, but I enjoy being online with all of you guys. You can't take my mind off of things. So, but when I need to take that mental break, I'm out of here. And people know that I don't be on. But wanted to say hi to you, Denitra, and thank you so much for staying for the show. Flesh of the Gods, are you have you? It's not 9 o'clock yet. Drop your link, sir. Then drop. Wait a minute. Let me drop Flesh link. He probably over there got magic stars and rainbows and stuff dropping from his channel. I don't I don't know where he at. Let me drop his link. And we got Cat Not Williams in the chat, y'all. I was hoping that the how is this? This is not correct. This is not correct for Flesh. Okay, we got Cat Not Williams in the chat as well. Queen Slime, that is. She has her own emoji down at the bottom there as well. Flesh of the Gods. He got his own bottle, his own emoji, his own sound effect. I know Denitra, I know you will. His own sound effect. And all my mods, shout out to them all. They're all not here. They all have their own emojis. I have 3 more to make. Laugh, boom boom, and then somebody else. I'm thinking of some things about where I want to go with that. I'll make those when I get time, but listen, Flesh be trying to tell us okay, because child, listen. And Cat Not Williams, I was like, did she check her? I started sending you a message on X the other day, Cat, and I didn't finish sending it. So my bad. It's a reason why I didn't finish sending it, because I was looking for something to send to you, but I didn't find it, and I said it. Nobody else said it. I got adult ADHD. I'll be doing 6,500 things at one time. So anyhow, I guess because it wasn't where Flesh had told me. I had to find it somewhere else when I did it. Yes, I did it early. I'm telling y'all, I test these things before I go. Oh, here it is. I do remember. All right, and so then let's see if we could. I'm just trying something out, you guys, to see if I know what I am talking. Oh, I see that. Well, what's her name is also live. There we go. So yeah. So all right. Let me save that. I hope it doesn't do it as soon as I say that. I don't know. But anywho, I got to start in the show the way I normally do that. And I always tell you guys to make sure that you get your mammograms, make sure that you're filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. Don't you dare let anybody else come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I am Survivor Speaks. And I'll see you guys probably over at Flesh of the Gods. Peace.
cycle. I just might though, just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is now we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through. And when you way in the dark, them demons try to fight you. But you can't let them win, you gotta see the damn light. Diabetes came from nowhere, messed up whole life. That's what I used to think, my mama helped me out. I got one dear in this guy to make proud, don't count me out. Let's get it started, rest in peace my mama, I don't wanna talk. Fresh fit, who that little nigga, fresh the way he walk. New drip, I'm that one dude creating all the sauce. News flip, you that one dude, the worker, not a boss. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm standing tall. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm still gon' ball. It's safe to say that after